Hey, how's it going everyone? It is Drago. We're back with another Fairy Tail video, and this time we're going to be talking about Season 1 of Fairy Tail 100 Year Quest, just talk about the whole season as a whole. I did the reviews of each episode individually, but I don't think that gave the greatest picture of the whole season, so I just kind of wanted to give an overview of the whole season. And also, literally, as I'm recording this video is right when I hit 1,000 subscribers, so thank you for that. That was such a milestone for me, and I'm just super grateful to all of you and this community that we have built. When I was reviewing the episodes individually, I was reviewing the sub, so I never talked about the dub, so this also will be including some thoughts about the English dub of 100 Year Quest. I think the general reception of 100 Year Quest has been pretty mixed so far. I think for me personally, I'm more glad that we even got to see some of these things animated to begin with, especially with how Fairy Tail seems to take breaks for multiple years at a time and then come back at some random point in time, which I'm a little worried about for Season 2 as to how long it's going to be between seasons. But I'm just more or less glad that we even got to see these things regardless of how well they were animated. So I guess since I was talking about animation, I think the openings in particular were great. Like, they were really fluidly animated. Now, the actual season itself, some moments yes, some moments no. I think particularly towards the beginning of the season, the animation was a lot more fluid. I think the fight scenes were a lot more dynamic. And I think as you went on with the season, I think you got less and less of that, particularly when you get to like the Ulta face fight, literally in the final episode. That wasn't much of anything. So it did feel like they probably used most of their budget towards the beginning of the season and went less and less towards the end. You know, as you're talking about animation and whatnot, that kind of brings you into pacing, which I think the pacing of 100 Year Quest was pretty fast, particularly when you think of what we covered. They did almost 100 chapters of the 100 Year Quest manga, which we are at currently 176 chapters, and you blew through 3 arcs within this first season. I think you could have potentially slowed that down a little bit, add some more moments for each arc. I think even where Season 2 is going to pick up, it would have worked a lot better if they took the 3rd arc from this current season and just moved it to Season 2, just because that Labyrinth arc, which is coming up next, is way more in line with how the season ends, especially with Selene and just, you know, her whole goals. It would have been a lot better if you moved her whole section just to Season 2. And the final arc of this season literally felt like it was speed ran through. It was very, very fast. I mean, it was literally just a handful of episodes. So I think that is something that could definitely be worked on with the next season. It's just pacing. They did some weird inconsistencies with some of the animation and whatnot. I know I just talked about animation, but I'm saying this more in a character sense. Like Carla having her guild mark be changed. That's really random as to why they changed that. And then you also had a lot of characters have their outfits be changed, particularly Lucy. She had a lot of the manga outfits not be the same in the anime. They really like to switch it to the OG outfit, which I do really like the OG outfit. I think that's one of my favorite outfits for Lucy. I think I was fine with it when we were dealing with the Water Dragon God, just because it kind of fit more there. But I think after that, when she's had actually manga-only outfits that have yet to ever be animated, and they haven't done those for 100 Year Quest, I think that's when it gets a little bit annoying, because I would have loved to see the brand new outfits. They also changed some of the attack names, which was really random, because you have like Fire Dragon Iron Fist, to where I thought they changed to like Fire Dragon Fire Punch, something like that. I know it was changed, instead of Fist, it's Punch. Also, Dragon Slayer Secret Art, they changed to Ultimate Art. Or even some bigger ones like Gray, they completely changed the color of his Demon Slayer magic to where it was like that purpley kind of ice before, and now it's just regular looking ice. And I think that actually severely hurt him going into that form, because it's really hard to tell like Is he using a Demon Slayer attack, or is he just using his regular Maker magic? I think little changes like that really hurt the show, and I think they just kind of hurt your viewing experience, especially when you've already had 250 plus episodes with these characters. I think it's probably more like 300 plus episodes with these characters. So things are very well established. Like, it's not like this is brand new and we have never seen these characters before. Like, these are people we've spent a lot of time with. So changing stuff like that is just basically a no-go. Switching gears to talk about the dub, there is a lot of voice actor changes for a lot of the characters. Some of the more prominent ones is Levi, Lily, Gildarts, Gajiel, and then some of the Sabretooth, and I think some of the Blue Pegasus as well had their voice actors changed. Now for Levi and Lily, I heard the reason why they changed at least was just because they retired. Now the big elephant in the room is the Gajiel voice actor change, because he was voicing Gajiel for the beginning part of the season, but then they switched it because he quite literally left. I don't know how accurate all the claims that he had made were against Crunchyroll, because he said that Crunchyroll was basically stealing their mail and doing a bunch of bad things to where he couldn't support them anymore, to where he quit. And if that is true, I mean, that's really scummy, Crunchyroll. I guess you just gotta let this stuff play out, just see how it goes. But I mean, I will say I don't really feel surprised if Crunchyroll is doing bad stuff, just because they are kind of scummy. It is such a mega loss to lose Gajiel for the English dub, because he is so good. I love his character so much, and it's just sad to see him go. I really felt sad when I saw that news that he was no longer going to be voicing Gajiel anymore. And also, even just side note, he also voiced some characters in My Hero that I was a fan of, like Tetsu, and Snipe. And I would love to know some of the reasons as to why some of the other people never returned, like Gildarts or like Max. Like, why did they not return? And generally, I do think some of the moments in the dub are great. Like when they're fighting against the Water Dragon God and like Lucy is calming down Natsu. That moment in the dub is great. And they have so many other good things. Like, I think when they're like in the tent and like Natsu's pranking the girls, I think that moment's great. Even Natsu apologizing to Lucy after that whole arc. Even their fun jokiness is like really represented really well between that crew, particularly when you have like the yokai versions of the girls and like Natsu and like Aquarius are joking about it. I think that is such fun banter, and I think that's where the English dub does really well. I still think that that main crew is still so delightful. And now this last part I'm going to be talking about is kind of more speculation, and I'm not sure if this is entirely confirmed or not. I just saw a bunch of rumors that JC's staff is no longer going to be animating 100 Year Quest, and that they're shopping around for potential new studios to animate the second season of 100 Year Quest. Now, the main reason I heard this was just because apparently JC's staff has too many projects at the moment, and they're just wanting to not have to deal with so many, so they dropped 100 Year Quest. It also could be because of complaints about the series. That isn't unheard of, because, you know, after Tartaros, the series was canceled, literally just because they didn't love the animation quality, particularly what happened with the dragons in that arc, so that's what made the series get canceled at that point. So it honestly would not shock me if we do get a new animation studio for season 2. And again, that was just a rumor I heard. I do not know if that is accurate. I just saw a bunch of people posting about that, like it was internal sources and whatnot on like Reddit and Twitter and whatnot. At the end of the day, I'm just super thankful to even get some of this stuff animated. I just hope it doesn't take another 5-10 years to get the second season. I'm not really entirely sure how they're going to do that, because we went through almost 100 chapters for just this season. And if you're doing that again, we're pretty much going to catch up immediately to the manga for season 2. So I'm not entirely sure what they're going to do there, unless if they do the season in half to where they do like 13 or 12 episodes instead of 25. Or they even potentially change the release schedule of 100 Year Quest to where it's no longer just a chapter every 2 weeks, then they maybe change it to weekly, but I don't see that as very likely. Or even in the meantime, they could do like a movie, or they've been doing games lately. So honestly, I'm not super negative about this season, unlike some people. I just am super glad we got it. There is definite problems I had with the season, and I don't think it's as perfect as it could have been, but I'm just more thankful that we even got it to begin with. So what are your guys' thoughts on Season 1 of Fairy Tail 100 Year Quest? Leave in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and once again, thank you for 1,000 subscribers. I'm so grateful to all of you, and this is Drago, signing out.